Hello everyone, welcome to another bite-sized review. Today we'll be following up the one of the other reviews that I've done with Pacific Rim Uprising. So this is the 2018 sequel, and it is very divisive, um, for lack of a better word. This is not directed by Guillermo del Toro. However, he does stay on as producer. This is directed by Stephen S. DeKnight, and it's an hour and 51 minutes. And it's shorter than the last and than the first one. The first Pacific Rim was 2 hours 11 minutes. So, yeah, it's a bit shorter. We do have mostly new characters, although this takes place 10 years after Pacific Rim 1. So, it's kind of a decade after that. So, we were safe from the kaiju from about a decade until the breach starts to open again. And yeah, more kaiju trouble. And yep, we do have, let's see, some returning faces. We have Rinko Kikuchi back again as Mako Mori. This time she's a marshal, which is great to see her return. We do have Charlie Day back as Newt. And then we have Bern Gorman back as Dr. Gottlieb. So yeah, there you go. The music is not done by Ramin Djawadi, which is it's a little disappointing, but it's done by Lauren Balfe, who brings I guess, a new touch to the series. It's good music. It's not bad. It's just, it's not going to be Djawadi's legendary score. Um, anyway, yeah, the music's good. The story is, honestly, I haven't seen this movie since I saw it in the theaters, so it's my knowledge is a little rusty on this one. But I believe there's this rival corporation, Shao Industries, who are trying to build drones like Jaeger drones, and they're trying to open the kaiju breach um, to, I guess, bring back more kaiju to destroy things. Um, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. It's been a while since I've seen this, so I do remember it. It's just I see a lot of stuff, so kind of gets jumbled together. Um, but that's the story. We have new Jaegers. Um, so they're new technology, the new age. Um, so we do have some new characters. We have Scott Eastwood as a Jaeger pilot. Nate Lambert, he's one of the main ones. We have Kaylee Spaney as a young pilot, I guess, pilot in training. Amara Namani, who she has her own Jaeger called Scrapper. It's like a little baby Jaeger. It's actually really cool. It has a lot of cool, like it can transform and it's actually pretty neat. We'll get to that in its own video. I want to kind of explore all the Jaegers in their own videos because I love the Jaegers. They're so cool. I prefer the Jaegers to the kaiju, but the kaiju are cool. Yeah, they're nice. Um, anyway, and then of course the main character is John Boyega. American recognize him. We do have him as Jake Pentecost, so he is the son of Stacker Pentecost, Idris Elba, from the first Pacific Rim. So yeah, although it was kind of weird, he wasn't mentioned in the first film. Like he didn't have a son. Like it wasn't like directly mentioned, but whatever, it's fine. Um, but yeah, if you're looking for robots versus monsters, you're gonna get that. It's not nearly as much as in the first film, though. So it's much more of a pilot story than the robots. However, there are brand new robots, which is awesome. We do have Gypsy Avenger, who is a Mark 6 Jaeger, and you can see her in the front there. And that is the main Jaeger. It's not Gypsy Danger. It's an upgraded version, pretty much. It just has new technology, new swords, two reactors, a new weapon, a plasma caster, um, and I believe it's a gravity sling as well. Could be wrong. It's one of the two. Um, but yeah, that's the main Jaeger. It's obviously inspired by Danger, which is cool. We do have Saber Athena on the left there. That's my favorite of this movie. That one is, I believe it's a Chinese Jaeger, and that one's really cool. It's got like two like plasma swords, and it's really light and agile. Pretty sweet. We do have Guardian Bravo in the back there. That one's cool. That one is really neat. Let me see if I have the information on that one. That one is an American Jaeger. And we do have, let's see, Bracer Fiend. No, that's Titan Redeemer. Um, that one on the far right there. That one's a Mark 6, and we don't really know which country that's from, but that one's really cool. That one's really hulking like a tank. It's pretty sweet. There are some other ones as well. Let's see. I mentioned Scrapper. We do have Obsidian Fury, which I don't want to spoil that one. That one is a major part of the film. Uh, that one is very cool. I will just say that. It's very neat. Um, and it's created by Shao Industries. You'll know it when you see it. And we do have Bracer Phoenix, which is not mentioned here. It's not shown in this poster, but it is a Chinese Jaeger, and it's also in the film. We also have November Ajax, so there's a lot of new Jaegers this time around, which is great. But yeah, those are all the Jaegers. I'll get to them each individually in due time. But anyway, the story is interesting. We do have John Boyega, Jake Pentecost. He's kind of separated from his father, obviously, and he doesn't really want to be famous. He doesn't. He's kind of estranged from his father. He has a kind of a bad relationship with him. He's trying to distance himself from the Jaeger program. He doesn't want any part of it, but he has to be brought back into it when new kaiju arise from the Pacific Ocean. So they wreak havoc, mostly in Tokyo. So takes us around the world this time, which is nice. Although in the first film there was different locales too. But yeah, the main relationship is actually with Amara Namani, the youngest character. We're following her journey. She wants to be a Jaeger pilot really badly, and she's trying to get into the program. Um, and so once she meets Jake Pentecost, then they kind of have this relationship going. And then we also have Nate Lambert, obviously Scott Eastwood's character. He is trying to form a friendship with Jake, who they both have this rivalry going, but they have to be drift compatible so that they can pilot Gypsy Avenger because yeah, they're kind of the last hope because once again, the war has destroyed many kaiju robots. So by the time of Uprising, there aren't that many around anymore. There's about like five or six, seven, something like that. Um, so there's not that many, but these are advanced Jaegers, so they have actually a better chance of defeating the kaiju this time, rather than the original Jaegers, which were amazing, but they were a little bit um, less advanced, you could say. This is great. A lot of new kaiju are introduced. I don't remember their names. My apologies. I do plan to buy this movie. I need to watch it a couple more times to get refreshed, but it's a great film. There's actually a big twist ending, which I'm not gonna spoil, but it's actually really important. Took me by surprise. There actually is an end credit scene, much like the first Pac Rim. So that's cool. They were trying to set up a sequel. We kind of got a sequel with the Black series. Kind of. It's like an anime, so it's different. But we could see a third film. The director of this movie, Stephen S. DeKnight, he actually was mentioning that he wanted to make a third Pacific Rim that would cross over with Godzilla and King Kong, which would be so cool. Um, I'm not personally like a fan of either Godzilla or King Kong, but I appreciate them because they're obviously inspirations for this franchise. Um, but yeah, I think Pacific Rim Uprising, it gets a lot of hate. Like, people think it's garbage, it's lame, it's terrible, it's too just, I don't know. They don't, a lot of people don't like it. But I honestly, I loved it when I saw it in the theater. I think it's great. It's not the first one, but it's not trying to be. It's trying to be a new, exciting continuation. It's a sequel. I'm a big fan of sequels in particular. Um, so I think it's great. I think the first Pacific Rim had more of a style, though. It had more of this, like, detail. It's kind of hard to explain. Guillermo del Toro was in charge of it. That's why the first film had such a impact, was because of his, like, design of everything. The team that made the robots and all the characters and the practical effects, all of that was done really well in the first Pac Rim, whereas in Uprising it feels a little less creative. Um I don't know, it just doesn't have the same style. It doesn't have the same feel necessarily as the first one. But it's still great. I would probably give Pacific Rim Uprising probably an 8 out of 10. I am disappointed with a few things, which I can't say here, but I still love it, obviously. Um, it's great. A lot of fans complained about the first film because a lot of the fights were in the dark, whereas in Uprising, they're almost all in the day, which is great because you want to see the action, which is nice. And the cool thing is they did set up a sequel, so that was kind of nice. We could get a nice trilogy out of this, maybe. Who knows? Um, I love Uprising. It's great. A lot of the new Jaegers are fantastic, especially Saber Athena. She's my favorite. But a lot of the new characters are great too, like Jake Pentecost, Nate Lambert. A lot of these new pilots, and um, yeah, it's just great. Um, it's nice for what it is. There are some disappointing elements, like I said. I'll probably get into that into like a spoiler discussion. If you want to see that, probably do it anyway. Um, but yeah, Uprising. It's a great sequel, a great continuation. Um, it's good, nice action, great story. Um, yeah, that's that's Uprising. That's what I think. Came out in 2018. So yeah. Let me know. Have you seen Uprising? What do you think about it? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this, and stay tuned for my review of The Black, and I'll do some a couple spoiler discussions probably for both films, and I will discuss each Jaeger and Kaiju in their own video pretty soon. Make a little mini series. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, and have a great day.